In today's video, we're going to be talking about Mortal Kombat 12 leaks and why you shouldn't believe them. So there you are, scrolling through Facebook, Twitter, or even a message board, going a little bit old school, or maybe even here on YouTube, you see something that says Mortal Kombat 12 leak. There are so many people out there that make up rumors or spread misinformation just to fool you. And they feed off of your attention, with absolutely no regard for your hopes, your expectations, or even how it might negatively impact the developers who are working so hard on the game at NRS. Sadly, this is very common curiosity tactics, not unlike the tabloids such as the Inquirer, where they use shocking headlines and pictures to get you to believe their lies, ultimately pushing an agenda that only benefits themselves. Having been a part of the online Mortal Kombat community since 2001, so going on 22 years now, there's always a sea of fake leaks out there telling you who is going to be on the roster, what new game modes will be included, or what the story will be based around. In some of the more scummier tactics I've seen, they even claim to know about behind-the-scenes decision-making, like what Ed Boon said about this, or a top exec at WB demanded that. It's all about convincing you to believe they're made-up nonsense. Usually this information will be accompanied by the messenger stating they know someone who knows someone who knows someone who works at NRS. That's about as cliche as it gets when it comes to leaks. It's been done a million times, and I'm here to warn you to not buy into the misinformation, and especially to not get your hopes and expectations up based on that information. Psst, hey, come here. You, come here. Come over here. Hey, I got a scoop for you. I heard you're into those sorts of things. Well, I also hear you're a Mortal Kombat fan. Is that true? Well, so are we. And we put out Mortal Kombat content just like this multiple times a week, as well as podcasts. And we've been doing it for over 8 years, so we get into everything. Deep dives into the characters, the lore, the gameplay, everything. Yeah, we're just talking about football, touchdowns and things. But yeah, if you're into Mortal Kombat, which I know you are, you're going to want to be subscribed to this channel. You're not going to want to go anywhere. You're going to want to lead into Mortal Kombat 12 right here, baby. And make sure to leave a like on the video too. Now, is it possible that real information gets leaked out? Sure, of course it can. And it almost always does, especially with how easy it is to data mine these days. Information got out for MK11, MKX, MK9, MK vs DC, so on and so forth. It happens, but for the one actual real leak that makes it out, there are dozens of fake ones. How does one differentiate between a real leak and a fake leak, you might be wondering? Without visual proof, such as in-game screenshots or videos to back it up, it's extremely difficult, because the whole idea of a fake leak is to convince you it's real, and people accomplish that by usually including very safe and predictable information, such as the most likely of characters, the most likely story direction, and the most likely game modes that have been mentioned by the likes of Ed Boon or brought up often in the community. So do yourself a favor and just avoid them until there's one that has actual proof with it. For MK11, MKX, and MK9, the real leaks always had proof backing it, not just, trust me bro, I've got a source. The only exception I'd personally make is if information is coming from the first-hand source themselves, or someone who's had a proven track record of being truthful and accurate with previous games. Even then, I'd still take it with a lot of skepticism. Now, if you're thinking to yourself that this is a bit stating the obvious, maybe even you're laughing, I don't know. Unfortunately, there's a sucker born every minute, and they fall victim to this kind of ruse. Personally, I hope there are no real leaks for MK12. The developers work super hard on the game, and I'm sure it must crush them when things get out. And being able to witness reveals with no prior knowledge is so much more exciting for us fans. So even if a major leak got out, unless it's already spread like wildfire, at which point it's already become public knowledge, you're sure as hell not getting any breaking story major leak from this channel. Outside of sharing something with close, trusted, longtime friends, I wouldn't want to be the one who overturns that apple cart. It just feels a bit reckless and disrespectful, in my opinion, to build your brand off something like that. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Once Mortal Kombat 12 officially gets announced, I think things are going to get crazy and you're going to get all sorts of fake leaks out there, so just keep your head on a swivel and take everything with a grain of salt. That being said, I would love to know what some of your favorite fake leaks have been for prior Mortal Kombats. Shoutouts to Dominic, Kano's son, for example.
I believe it. It's real.